Also coming up, High Court dismisses two applications seeking to restrain the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority from embossing and distributing vehicle number plates for 2026. Still, in this edition of the City Prime News, 2026 Heritage Caravan gets high praise from Upper East Regional Minister as caravanites experience the Boga Wide Fair in Bogatanga.
The Citi FM Heritage Caravan has the potential to further promote tourism as a catalyst for development.
And later, self-styled evangelist Nana Grada returns from prison to a rapturous welcome.
Mama Pat has successfully completed LG10 and as a result been released by the Ghana prisons to reunite with her family. We are eternally grateful to God for listening to our prayers.
All that and more coming up in this edition of the City Prime News, which is live in the Western region on Beach 105.5 FM and Sky Power 93.5 FM, both in Takrady. In the Bruno region, we're on J Live 95.5 FM in Sunyai. In the Ashanti region, we're on Focus 94.3 FM in Kumasi, and Orange 107.9 FM also in Kumasi. In the Volta region, we're on Revival 99.3 FM in Tajevu.
City Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Grateful to you for your time here on the City Prime News. I am Charles Osukumi. Let's get into the details of our stories. Now, the NPP's parliamentary candidate for the Ayawasu East constituency, Baba Ali Yusuf, is confident of victory in this by-election happening today. Baba Ali, who faces stiff competition from the NDC's Baba Jamal and three other candidates, says the outcome of the polls will cause an upset in the constituency. Now, speaking to City News, he expressed confidence that the NPP will win the Ayawasu East for the first time.
From the look of things, I can see the atmosphere is very calm. You can see this particular polling station to all other polling stations we've been to this morning. Very calm. Voters are in queue waiting to cast their votes. And I can also see a very heavy security presence. I hope that will not intimidate voters. But nonetheless, people are coming. And the process, as usual, will be a bit slow this morning because of the Ramadan. People will have to take some rest, then join in maybe from midday to come and cast their vote. I'm sure by close of day, we'll get a good turnout. Yes.
How's it looking for you? It's early days yet, but does it look like your people are coming out to vote for you?
Yes, early days yet, but I'm very confident that by 5 p.m. we'll see a very positive result on my part. We've gone to all homes in the constituency, met them at their various workplaces, gone to their bases. In Nima, we'll see ghettos. We'll sell our message to them, and I believe they will respond, and respond very well by casting their vote for me.
There's been a poll by the Global Info Analytics, and it doesn't point to your victory. It's putting your main contender, Baba Jamal, ahead of you. Does that demoralize you?
It doesn't. Election is about what happens at the polling station, and that will be his opinion. But at the end of the day, we will see whether what he put out is a true reflection of the results. So let's wait up to 5 p.m. You see the reflection. You see the reflection. Yeah.
So you think that that will not be the outcome of today's poll?
Not at all. It won't be. It won't be. You can see people very eager to cast their votes. So that will not be the reflection at all.
You heard the NPP's candidate for the ongoing Ayawasu East constituency by-election, Baba Ali Yusuf, speaking to my colleague Fausu Masaudu. Well, let's stay in Ayawasu East. My colleague Abdul Wahab is joining us via telephone. Good afternoon to you, Wahab. We're hearing that, as is the case with most by-elections, this one is also has a very low turnout. Hello, Wahab, can you hear me? Well, looks like Wahab is having difficulty hearing me. You're still listening to the Citi Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. They were talking about the Ayawasu East by-election, which is currently going on. The NPP's Baba Ali Yusuf is expressing confidence in victory. And then he is now in competition with Baba Jamal and other three candidates. And he is hopeful that by the end of polls today, he will emerge the Member of Parliament for Ayawasu East constituency. We'll return to Ayawasu East pretty shortly, but before that, the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources says it is working with Gold Board to ensure full traceability of gold under the new reserves accumulation policy. The move comes amid concerns that the program could inadvertently legitimize gold from illegal mining. Now, speaking to Citi News, the Minister, Emmanuel Amakufibua, stated that systems are being strengthened to guarantee accountability and prevent gold from galamsey activities from entering the supply chain.
We are working closely with the Gold Board on the responsible cooperative mining program, and we are rolling out a program that says that in the next 6 to 1 year, the Gold Board, working with the ministry, is now able to track every gold that is coming. Traceability is going to be the number one, and we are going to make sure that Ghana will lead the way in Africa to make sure that wherever gold is sourced is traceable, is legal, and we are making sure that illegal sources of gold are cut off completely, and that's our fight.
You heard Emmanuel Amakufibua, the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources. Well, the Minister for Fisheries and Aquaculture, Emilia Arthur, has announced government's plan to introduce a comprehensive registration and licensing system for artisanal fishing vessels. The policy, expected to begin in mid-2026, is aimed at strengthening monitoring and improving security on Ghana's waters. According to the minister, the new regime will include the installation of high-tech tracking and communication devices in artisanal canoes. The devices will enable fishers to send distress signals quickly and support search and rescue operations during emergencies at sea. Emilia Arthur disclosed this to Citi News when she presented 7 outboard motors and 5,000 Ghana cedis each to canoe owners whose vessels were attacked by armed robbers at sea in Tenyabreku last week.
We are supposed by law to license all fishing fleet in Ghana. We have been able to do that very well for the industrial and the inshore. We are going to begin to do licensing, registration and licensing also for artisanal fishers. We are talking about also putting on the artisanal fleet trackers, communication system, so that when they go beyond a certain threshold and they can't communicate, we can communicate with them via the normal networks. We should have a means of communicating with them. And we are also working on an insurance and pension scheme for artisanal fishers. So we are hoping that by June we'll be running all these, we'll be rolling all these out.
You heard the Minister for Fisheries and Aquaculture, Emilia Arthur. Meanwhile, the Member of Parliament for Ewutu-Senya West, Gisela Tete, says the government has deployed a team of military psychologists to provide counseling and support to the 71 robbery victims as they prepare to return to sea.
Now, the military have arranged some counselors for them. They'll be coming to the community to come and talk to them and get them back psychologically, back in shape, if they have to. And then we have done the needful, brought the outboard motors on the instructions of His Excellency the President. And I think, as you can see, everybody is quite happy about that. It was important to do this to restore their hope and restore their work. Otherwise, imagine at least 50 breadwinners who will be incapacitated because of that, or they have to find other ways. You know, they have quite a structure over here. They work in teams, so it means that they have to cross over and all that. But be that as it may, we are just very grateful. And we know that the Ministry of Fisheries will also put with the new fishery regulation, we'll be able to put certain things in place for them. They themselves know that this time it could be that, especially, you know, the panic buttons, the tracking and all those sort of things.
That was the Member of Parliament for Ewutu-Senya West, Gisela Tete. Now let's return to the Ayawaso East by-election. My colleague Abdul Wahab has joined us via telephone for more on that particular by-election. Good afternoon, Wahab. I was asking you earlier about the turnout. We're hearing it's quite low.
Thank you very much. I'm currently at St. Citi Roman Catholic School, which happens to be the policing center for today's election. And in here, there are 3 police stations. Currently, I'm at the police station 3 within the police center. And the turnout generally has been very low. The turnout generally is very low. Charles, we have the third vice chairman of the New Patriotic Party here, and also former MP for Ewutu.
Yes, Wahab, you can go ahead and talk to them.
What has been your experience of the project?
Hello, Wahab. We're having some difficulties with Wahab's line. We'll rework the lines and see if we can get him back on. Before that, finance and tax analyst Nelson Kujo-Kwagbeji says the expiration of restrictions on new domestic bond issuance is a strong boost for Ghana's financial market. He describes the government's return to the bond market as positive for the economy, saying it will attract more investors and improve overall market activity. In an interview with Citi News, Mr. Kwagbeji added that reopening the bond market will also deepen liquidity and help the government extend the maturity profile of its debt.
This is good news to the extent that government intends to come back to the domestic bond market. This is good news for the economy and the market in general. If you recall, for some time now, the government has been recording oversubscription within the money market. This is simply because of the limited investment instruments within the financial market, and so most institutional investors have been tilting their attention towards the treasury bill market solely for the purposes of liquidity management. And now that the restriction has expired and government intends to come back to the market, it is going to deepen the market, it's going to make the market liquid, and it is going to bring a lot of investors back into the domestic bond market. And I think generally this is good news for the economy. It is also going to help government to, issue a long-dated instrument. And so the maturity profile of government debt will also be elongated, and that is good news for the government too.
You heard Nelson Kujo-Kwagbeji. He is a finance and tax analyst. Now, former Defense Minister and Member of Parliament for Bimbilla, Dominic Nitiwu, is calling for the depoliticization of the Pualugu multipurpose dam project. Some critics have blamed the erstwhile Nana Akufo-Addo administration for failing to complete the project. However, speaking in an interview with Citi News, the Bimbilla MP urged the current administration to prioritize and complete the dam.
Our view was that we will wait, do all the debt negotiations, and make sure that by 2024 we are through with it. And by October, we were done. Okay. We are signed. And the view was that once we were signed, we should go back to the project. And two, like I've always said, if you pay the contractor 11.9 million, mobilization and drawings and then architectural work, and whatever you used to pay him, and you feel that somebody has committed a crime, punish that person. I've always said that before, right? Because that project is very important, and make sure that the project does not fail. Don't do politics with that project. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So it is not the fault of the Akufo-Addo government to dream about the project and to start it, right? We dreamed about it, we started it, we paid mobilization, we ran into trouble.
Now, the former defense minister has also clarified earlier remarks in which he appeared to criticize Ghana's close relationship with Burkina Faso's leader, Ibrahim Traoré. He explains that he was offering advice on how Ghana can maintain a cordial and mutually beneficial relationship with Burkina Faso while remaining mindful of the potential risks associated with the regional political climate.
Burkina Faso, I've heard what you said about President Mahama's relationship with Traoré. Are you suggesting we cut ties with Burkina Faso?
No, not at all. We were very close to Traoré.
So we should continue.
I can tell you that we helped Traoré more than what this NDC government is doing to be able to fight the terrorism. Not just intelligence, but physical things that we have to give to be able to fight. But we're not glorifying it. Because if you do, his enemies will become your enemies. That's basically what we're doing.
So help, but be quiet about it.
Help. Be close to him. Do whatever you have to do to assist them. Be close to him. Make sure that because you need it. You need good neighborliness. You need to be very friendly with the Togo president and government. You need to do that with Africa. You need to do that with Burkina. But don't glorify it. When you do, you attract his enemies to yourself.
You heard former Defense Minister and Member of Parliament for Bimbilla, Dominic Nitiwu, speaking to my colleague Umaru Sanda Amadou. This is still the City Prime News here on 97.3 Citi FM. In the northern region, the news is live on Radio Bimbilla 91.9 FM. In the Upper East region, we're on Pure 100.5 FM in Avrongo and Boga 102.7 FM in Boga Tanga. In the Upper West region, we're on Tunsung 97.3 FM in Wa and Jirapa 96.1 FM in Jirapa. Still ahead, 2026 Heritage Caravan gets high praise from the Upper East Regional Minister as caravanites experience the Boga Wide Fair in Boga Tanga. We have details in a bit. Please stay with us.
City Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Are you ready to revolutionize the future of agriculture? The Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, in partnership with the Ghana Exim Bank, proudly presents the Ghana Agrotech Fair 2026. The fair will feature exhibitions, market linkages, masterclasses, and workshops on climate-smart farming, digital tools, and export development. Join us at the Black Star Square from March 17 to March 19 at 9 a.m. each day. The President of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, will be assisted by the Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, the Honorable Elizabeth Ofusue-Jari, and the Chief Executive of the Ghana Exim Bank, Honorable Sylvester Adina Mensah, to open the fair. Government agencies, agrotech firms, startups, farmers, financial institutions, and the general public are all welcome. To exhibit or for inquiries, call 0559 679326 or 0242 585419. Media partners: Daily Graphic, Media General, Radio Gold, City FM, and Channel 1 TV. Ghana Agrotech Fair 2026, transforming agribusiness through local innovation and technology.
City Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Yeah, welcome back. This is the City Prime News on 97.3 City FM with me, Charles Owusukumi. Now, in more stories, the lawyer for Patricia Siedu-Esiama, popularly known as Nana Agrada, has expressed appreciation to Ghanaians for their support following her release from prison. He confirmed that she has reunited with her family after completing her revised sentence. Nana Agrada was sentenced to 15 years in July 2025 for defrauding by false pretense and charlatanic advertisement. The Amasaman High Court later reduced the term to 12 months, describing the original sentence as harsh. Now, speaking to City News, her lawyer, Richard Asaribafo, says the family is grateful to God and the public for their support during what he described as a difficult period.
So as we may be already aware, Mama Pat has successfully completed LG term and as a result been released by the Ghana prisons to reunite with her family. We are eternally grateful to God for listening to our prayers and seeing us through this trying moment. We are thankful to all Ghanaians for supporting us and being with us in our times of difficulties. May God richly bless all of us.
Richard Asaribafo is the legal counsel for Patricia Siedu-Esiama, popularly known as Nana Agrada. Let's now focus on the road trip of a lifetime, the Heritage Caravan. The Upper East Regional Minister, Akamugri Donatus Atanga, has praised City FM and Channel 1 TV for consistently promoting Ghana through the Heritage Caravan. Now, he made these remarks in Boga Tanga at the opening of the Boga Wide Fair and exhibition. He says that the initiative would help boost tourism and drive development in the region and across the country.
The City FM Heritage Caravan has the potential to further promote tourism as a catalyst for development while showcasing the harmonious coexistence of our diverse culture and traditions that make our region and the country truly unique. It offers not only an opportunity to witness the warmth and generosity that define our people, but also foster cultural exchange, strengthens bonds, and ignites renewed passion for African heritage. For this reason, Citi FM and the patrons of the caravan deserves commendation on this your 10th anniversary.
You heard the Upper East Regional Minister Akamugri Donatus Atanga. Now, the paramount chief of the Bongo traditional area, Naba Baba Salifu Atamale Alim Yarum, also welcomed patrons of the Heritage Caravan and pledged his support throughout their stay in the Upper East region.
I hear this is not the first time you are here, but this is my first time of being with you. All I have to do is, on behalf of the people of Bolgatanga and on my own behalf, I have the greatest esteemed pleasure to welcome you to Bolgatanga, and I hope and pray that you will enjoy the stay, visit most of the tourist attraction areas so that you have a story to tell about Bolgatanga.
That was the paramount chief of the Bongo traditional area, Naba Baba Salifu Atamale Alim Yarum. Omar Sanda Amadou is with the caravan and he has joined us via telephone. Good afternoon to you, Sanda. Where exactly are you guys now? I was told earlier that you're on the way to the Paga Crocodile Pond.
Indeed. Thank you so much, Charles. Like you heard in that instead, we are told to enjoy the region, and we are enjoying that region very much. So the caravan nights, because we have 4 buses, we split into 2. The first group of 2 went to the Ghana-Burkina Faso border, which is at Paga in the Upper East region. They went through immigration clearance, and they went via foot into the Burkinabe territory to see the border, the imaginary borderline between Ghana and Burkina Faso. That's our border to the north. Over here, it may not be imaginary because there are pillars that have been planted, even though at other parts of the country, of course, there will be nothing physically showing. But here, they have a few pillars that they planted, where you will see a pillar, for instance, which is planted between in the middle of a compound house, or in the middle of one house, where the bedroom is in Burkina Faso and the hall is in Ghana. So interesting things like that. They have gone to experience that. We are the Zenga Crocodile Pond now, as well as the Chief Crocodile Pond, both located in Paga, where we are about to have the caravanite experience, interaction with live crocodiles that would move out of the water upon summons by the local people here. By waving a chicken at them, the crocodiles would come out and allow the people to touch them without them striking. So that's what is happening now. We are just about to disembark to have that experience. And from here, we'll be returning to Tamale, the northern regional capital. Having spent the night in the Upper East region, we're headed for the northern regional capital, Tamale, Charles.
How long will you be staying in Tamale, and where next will you be going from there?
So we're doing 2 nights in Tamale, which is not something we have done before. We believe that the north is expansive. If you need a justification for that, recall that in 2018, the northern region was divided into 3. Northern region currently with the capital at Tamale, the Savannah region with the capital in Damongo, and then northeast region with the capital in Nalerugu. Yesterday we did Nalerugu. We'll be doing Tamale tonight, and then we'll also be doing Damongo, the capital of the Savannah region. So we'll spend 2 nights there before heading for the Otumfo land. That will be Ashanti region.
Grateful to you, Sanda. Umaru Sanda Amadou reporting from the Heritage Caravan. Let's hear from some of the patrons and exhibitors who have expressed joy over the variety of cultural display at the Bolga Wide Fair.
I'm going to give it to my mom as a gift.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. You got some really lovely colors there. Yeah, why this choice, though? The choice of color?
To make it beautiful.
And have you got one for yourself?
Yes, I have, and my sister as well.
Oh, then you did a whole shopping.
It's on Wednesday for good day. I don't have any in my closet, so I just want to add on.
So would this be your first food?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Which means that the Heritage Caravan has given you something.
Oh yes, it has.
Which means you remember Heritage Caravan 2026 forever.
Of course. I saw some.
Okay. Where do you produce your sports?
Pin. That small tiny pin. We saw it.
You heard some patrons and exhibitors at the Boga Wide Fair in the Upper East region. Let's now do some football. Today marks exactly 100 days to the start of the 2026 FIFA World Cup in the United States, Canada and Mexico, where an expanded 48-team format will compete across the three host nations. The Ghana national football team, making their fifth appearance at the global showpiece, will be aiming for a stronger campaign than their last outing at the 2022 FIFA World Cup, where they exited at the group stage. Citi Sports' Gabi Ofe now looks back at Ghana's performances at the World Cup since their debut in 2006.
African hearts are finally broken in 2010. There will be no African team in the last four.
Reaching the quarterfinals of the FIFA World Cup remains Ghana's greatest achievement at the global tournament. The historic run in South Africa in 2010 could have produced even more history had the Black Stars edged past Uruguay in the penalty shootout, which would have made Ghana the first African nation to reach a World Cup semi-final. With that feat, Ghana joined Cameroon and Senegal as the only African countries to have reached the quarterfinals. Cameroon achieving it first in 1990, followed by Senegal in 2002. However, before the exploits of 2010, Ghana made their World Cup debut in 2006 in Germany, progressing to the round of 16 and notably emerging as the only African side to reach the knockout stage that year. The impressive showing in 2006 was surpassed 4 years later in South Africa, where Ghana advanced to the quarterfinals before suffering heartbreak against Uruguay in the last 8. In 2014 in Brazil, it was a group stage exit for the Black Stars. Ghana lost to the United States, drew 2-2 with Germany, and then fell 2-1 to Portugal. Ghana failed to qualify for the 2018 tournament in Russia, but bounced back, securing a place at the World Cup in Qatar. However, that campaign ended at the group stage once again, including a final game defeat to Uruguay. Now, heading into what will be their fifth World Cup appearance after qualifying for the 2026 tournament to be hosted in the United States, Canada and Mexico. Many Ghanaians are hopeful that a repeat of the two recent group stage exits will be avoided. That sentiment was echoed by Ghana's Sports Minister, Kofi Adams.
But for this particular World Cup, we are not going for round of 16. We are planning, we are going there, we are staying to the last day. We are playing to the last day. That's the mentality with which we are going. That's what I've been telling the players that are engaged. That's what I tell the technical team.
As part of Ghana's preparations to be sharp and competitive at the tournament, the GFA has lined up a series of international friendlies beginning in March. The Black Stars are scheduled to face Germany on March 28 before taking on Austria on March 31. Another test awaits on May 22 against Mexico, with a possible fourth friendly against Wales also in the pipeline. These matches are expected to fine-tune the team ahead of Ghana's opening World Cup fixture against Panama.
Gabi Ofe of the Citi Sports Desk with that report. Yao Jeminta has joined me in studio. Yao, is this Black Stars team ready for the World Cup? It's just about 100 days away.
From the looks of it, they are ready, but we'll see how indeed they are ready to take on the rest of the world. Because in terms of preparation, I mean, everything is on point. They have 3 friendly games lined up before the tournament, with a possible fourth playing against Wales later in March. And so we'll see how the preparations turn out in the tournament once the competition commences.
Okay, we're running out of time, but some quick updates on the Black Queens.
Yeah,
they're
the Black
currently
Queens.
in the UAE.
Yes, they are participating in the Pink Ladies tournament, and later today they'll be playing against Russia at 4 p.m. But the updates is that one of the participating countries in the competition, that's Hong Kong, have withdrawn from the tournament because of the security issues in the UAE because of the U.S.-Israeli strikes on Iran.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Yao Jeminta from the Citi Sports Desk. Well, that'll be all for this edition of the Citi Prime News, which has been live from our studios here in Accra. For more news, log on to our website, citynewsroom.com. I am Charles Osukumi. Thank you for listening.
City News, we speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302 224959 and get interactive on Facebook, City 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at City 973.